Good afternoon, conference. I hope that you're having a great time. My name is Simon Evans. I am the chairman for West Lancashire Reform. I'm here to keep it very quick and brief. I'm here with one task. My task is to introduce today an extremely brave young lady who is a survivor of the rape gangs. If we think about that word, thank you. If we think about that word, rape gang, grooming gang, how on earth has this country got to this state that this is a problem? It should never, ever have happened. I met Elizabeth Harper just over a year ago online. We talked for a while about politics, and then she started to tell me her story of how she was snatched from the streets at 14 years of age. Absolutely disgusting, vile people for which there are not enough life sentences. So let's remember where the blame lies. The blame lies with these vile creatures. And we, Reform, must hold them to account. Fourteen years, the Tory government had the opportunity to do something. And suddenly, Badenoch is standing up in Parliament, going on about it. She never mentioned it when she was in power, and they did nothing. 14 years, the Labour Party had 14 years to prepare and to plan to do something. And what are they doing? Nothing. No inquiry. It is an utter disgrace and an utter outrage. It's not about me, it's about Elizabeth and about all those people who have suffered. Elizabeth is one of the strongest, bravest, tenacious young women I have ever known, and she will be coming to the stage soon. I would ask you, out of respect, please don't take pictures from the audience. It's a brave and scary thing to do, believe me. She has campaigned fearlessly and tirelessly for the last 10 years. She wrote a book, Snatched. I encourage all of you to buy it, read it. It is obviously not good reading. It is awful to read what is happening to our children. I put together a paper last year about how we, Reform, could tackle grooming gangs. Labour won't listen, Tories won't listen, police didn't listen, local authorities didn't listen. The only people that listened were Nigel Farage and Richard Tice, and they put it into our manifesto. We were the only party that specifically talked about how we're going to tackle this issue during the general election. Only party. Elizabeth came to my election rally and stood up in front of 250 people in Ormskirk and spoke for about 20 minutes to half an hour, and she received, quite rightly, a standing ovation at the end of that. I'm going to invite her to the stage now. I would ask you, let's have a standing ovation and welcome Miss Elizabeth Harper. Thank you very much, President.
Hi everyone, I'm a survivor of historic child exploitation in Rotherham. I say I'm still a survivor of child exploitation, but I am also still to this day trying to survive the broken system that started from systematic failings from those that were paid to protect. This is a little bit about my story. I was groomed, drugged, trafficked and raped by gangs in Rotherham. My abuse started when I was 14. The one who started and facilitated my abuse was a woman that had so much intelligence surrounding them that I should have never been a victim. This lady was allowed to keep me locked in a property for 10 weeks while Pakistani men abused me. South Yorkshire Police were fully aware of what was happening due to the significant and high-level intelligence that they were in receipt of, stemming from at least 7 years prior. The information that they held consisted of that South Yorkshire Police had shut down a fake rape crisis helpline that she had set up in 1999. This was to lure young girls into exploitation. After South Yorkshire Police shut down that hotline, Rotherham Borough Council decided it would be a good idea to give her a taxi contract to provide taxis to pick young children up from school. The list is endless of the horrendous calculated behaviour that she was allowed to get away with. During my 10 weeks locked in the flat, my parents had contacted the police over 200 times for help, to no avail. All that happened was searches of my parents' properties, searching of my parents' garage to look for my body. Anything to blame anyone than those adults that was abusing children. One day, something made the police act. You might think, yes, they came to stop the evil crimes being committed against a child. No, instead they arrested my dad. And this was because he tried to save me. I often think, how horrendous is it that the only adult at that time who was made accountable for my abuse was my dad, the only one that was trying to save me. My abuse carried on for 4.5 years, right under the eye of those that needed to protect me. I can't stand here and go into full details because I probably would still be here telling you all in 10 years' time, but mine is just one story in around 250,000 victims of this country. I'm glad that this has come to light again. This, and finally the world, is watching the extent of what we had to go through. I am on a fight for a national inquiry to be held. We as a country need to see how far this actually goes and who is responsible. Yes, there has been singular inquiries just in 6 towns out of over 50 towns and cities across this country. We need the dots joining together to see this for what it is. It's organised crime. We need proper data on the motives and the drives of the perpetrators involved. We need the data on the ethnicity of these perpetrators, and we need action and change. This is a must, not only for people just like me, but for those children that may be suffering now and in the future. I'm just about done, but all I want to say is that people like yourselves that are sat here, we need you. We need you to be our voices and to get proper change into this government. And last and all, I want to thank you all for listening, and I just want to personally thank Nigel Farage and his team for today.
That was brave. Very, very brave.